نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي Assalamualaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we are going to discuss one of the last lectures of Dr. Israr Ahmed. The title of it being Al-Widai Khitab. It is originally in Urdu. He gave this talk 4 months before he died. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on him. And he mentioned in it many different values and lessons and different life experiences, his goal and vision, what it was, and what he wants us to do. We are going to discuss only a part of it, but I really recommend watching the full lecture because it has so many pearls and values that we have forgotten. We are going to discuss one of the points which he presented as his goodbye gift. And he says that the gift that he's presenting is the fruit of his thought on deen, history, politics, communications, social life, his philosophy. These things, he said, are the fruit of 50 years of thinking, and the foundation of it being the Quran and Sunnah. He also did a current analysis of the world, what is happening, what was our history, where are we heading, and what is going to happen, and what we should do in this time, and also what we should do for our success in the hereafter. He says that we cannot stop the flow of history. This world is taking us somewhere, and we are flowing along with it. We should try and resist the flow, but we single-handedly cannot change the flow. It was the Prophet, peace be upon him, who was able to do so with the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but we cannot do it. But we can change the direction of this flow in generations. And the first point he mentions is that life's biggest reality is death. Yes, there are people who deny the existence of God, but there is nobody who denies death. Everybody knows that death is coming, and everybody knows that it doesn't have a fixed time. I might die tomorrow or maybe today. You may die now or live for 100 years. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. But it is confirmed that everybody is going to die. Kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. This is repeated 3 times in the Quran. Even the Anbiya, even the Rusul of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala face death. There is no exception. For the time being, we have Isa alayhi salam, who is in the heavens. But from a hadith we come to know that Prophet, peace be upon him, said, Isa ya'tihi al-maut, that Isa alayhi salam is also going to die. In the Quran, the Prophet, peace be upon him, is being asked, أَفَإِن مِتَّ فَهُمُ الْخَالِدُونَ, that if you die, do you think they are going to survive forever? إِنَّكَ مَيِّتٌ وَإِنَّهُمْ لَمَيِّتُونَ. In Surah Zumar, Allah says, you are going to die and they are also going to die. This was very precise. In Surah Anbiya, we have a detailed ayah. كُلُّ نَفْسٍ ذَائِقَةُ الْمَوْتِ وَنَبْلُوكُمْ بِالشَّرِّ وَالْخَيْرِ فِتْنَةً وَإِلَيْنَا تُرْجَعُونَ. That every soul shall taste death, and we are surely going to test you with bad times as well as good times, and then ultimately you will have to return to us. We think that this life is everything, but the Quran says وَإِنَّ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةَ لَهِيَ الْحَيَوَانِ, that the real life, the true life, is the life of the hereafter. It depends on what you sow here. If you do good, then your place in the hereafter will be Jannah, and if you do bad, then your place will be in the hellfire. The third time this verse Kullu nafsin za'iqatul maut is repeated is in Surah alImran, and this has a very detailed description. Kullu nafsin za'iqatul maut, every soul shall taste death. وَإِنَّمَا تُوَفَّوْنَ أُجُورَكُمْ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, and everybody will earn their reward on the day of judgment. فَمَنْ زُحْزِحَ عَنِ النَّارِ وَأُدْخِلَ الْجَنَّةَ فَقَدْ فَازَ. Remember, the reward can be of two kinds, good reward as well as bad reward. So Allah says, then whosoever has been saved from the hellfire and has been entered into Jannah, then he has truly succeeded. وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَتَاعُ الْغُرُورِ. And this life is only a deceptive thing. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from among those successful people mentioned in this ayah. Allahumma ameen. So here this dunya is being described as a deceptive thing. How is this world deceiving us? Imagine that you are traveling somewhere and you stayed in a hotel. And you were so impressed by the hotel and you wanted to live there. So you started changing the furniture. You started ordering new bulbs. But you did not realize that you are only there for one day. You're not going to be there for your whole life. It is the same thing with our life here. We are here only for a limited amount of time. And then we will go into the hereafter. We should not be busy in decorating this place. Yes, we need a house to live. We should rent a house. Doesn't mean that we live on the road. Just because you were going to stay one day in that hotel, that did not mean that you are not going to sleep on the bed, that you are not going to use the facilities available there. You are going to use the facilities available there, and you are going to bring things that are necessary, and you are not going to indulge in it unnecessarily. So in this dunya, you are going to live with your basic necessities. You are not going to hoard wealth, because at the end you are going to leave it here. Your destination is the hereafter. This is only a resting spot in your journey. And remember that this dunya is not just an illusion, it is a reality. But it is an illusion when it tries to shift your focus from the akhirah to this world. If your focus is akhirah, then this world is a reality. Because what you sow here, you reap in the hereafter. You sow good, you get good in the hereafter. You sow evil, you get evil in the hereafter, you get Jahannam. So from this point of view, this world is a big reality. We should use all of our capabilities in this dunya to prepare for our akhirah. And discussing this point, Dr. Israr Ahmed mentioned he has used his capabilities to serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He mentions how he did Darsul Quran for so many years. Since he was a medical student, he used to give dars. He used to give dars of the Quran. And he says that an average life of a human being is 60 years, right? He started to wait for death from the time he turned 60. He believes that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him 14 years more to live as nafilatullah, as a gift. He says that whatever he wanted to do, he achieved it by 60. And the other things that he did, that he served Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are a gift for him from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He mentions how the dars he gave in 1998, the Juma Quran, it had so many people attending it, and it spread far and wide. He says that he didn't do anything special. He was just doing the same thing that he was doing since 1985. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him the ability to be more fluent and eloquent in that dars, he said. And he also mentions how an ideology does not depend upon a personality or a figure. There are people who support it, and they come and go. It's just like a garden. People come and go, but the garden is how it is. It will develop. It will grow. So he says that the work he did, the ideology that he had, is going to continue even after him, inshallah. And he mentions the people who spoke the Quran are lucky, because people come and go. The ideology will grow on others. So whosoever was able to speak the Quran, which he praised that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make him among those people, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us also from among those people who speak the Quran. So whosoever speaks the Quran and spreads the Quran and the Sunnah, then he is lucky, because he is preparing for his hereafter. he is sowing good here and hopes to receive good in the hereafter. So he says that his ideology was based on the Quran and the Sunnah, and inshallah the work will continue even after him. This is one of the many points that he discussed in his lecture. I highly recommend everybody to listen to that lecture. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from among those people who sow good in this life and will receive Jannah in the hereafter. Ameen. اللهم إنا نسألك راحة عند الموت اللهم إنا نسألك راحة عند الموت اللهم إنا نسألك راحة عند الموت وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.